There have been a lot of weed seeds germinating in the warmer conditions of the polytunnels, highlighting the places where I failed to prevent the weeds from going to seed in the past. I need to clear all these weeds, and the earlier I do it, the easier it is, but this spring I found it more difficult to kill off these weeds once they start to develop a small root system. The loose compost and soil on the surface of these beds allows a lot of the weeds to be pulled out with a hoe or wire weeder and dragged to a new location rather than being cut off by the sharp blade. If we had hot and sunny weather, a lot of these weeds would wilt and die fairly quickly. But with the cool and overcast conditions that we've had and the high humidity in the polytunnels, a lot of these weed seedlings are surviving to root again in their new location. A lot of them are simply transplanted rather than being killed. And whenever we watered in the crops, we were also watering these weed transplants to help them along. They are of course set back by this, and some of them will die, and if I do my usual weeding once a week, I will eventually kill all the weeds. But at this time of year in the polytunnels, when there is enough warmth for the weed seeds to germinate and grow, but not enough sun or heat to kill off the uprooted seedlings, I have realized that it is better to harass these weeds much more frequently. If the tiny roots are disturbed again before they have a chance to recover, these plants are less likely to survive, and the beds will be clearer of weeds faster. This is a more time-consuming task to do around the onions and other small plants. But in the empty parts of the bed, I've been dragging a hoe back and forth a few days in a row, and this seems to be clearing the beds much faster. And with the sun finally shining all day today, it's probably a good time to get into the polytunnels to do another weeding, especially with more cool and overcast weather forecast for the next few weeks.